Okay, so I know this video is a little bit late, but I had to go see it again in theaters for a second time. And today we're talking about the freaking Fantastic Four. And yes, I know this video is about Marvel and not DC, but trust me, I have found a way to integrate DC into this because, you know, I'm a DC girl. First of all, let's talk about the freaking costumes and the set for Fantastic Four. Stop. Because this was the greatest idea ever in the whole world was to have it set in the 70s, because the fashion, like all the costumes are so beautiful. I love the costumes, and I love like the space age vibe with all the set. It's like so that's literally ideal society is whatever they're living in, because that is like so beautiful and gorgeous. I love all the costumes, even the extras. Their costumes were gorgeous. I loved their suit designs. I loved like the light blue instead of like that dark blue that they were using in the earlier movies. I just loved that light blue, and I loved the little collars. I just loved it. It was so freaking good. So good. And let's log in now, because I don't know, I liked their space suits were like alright. It just felt like they were kind of like an afterthought kind of in design. Like they literally just looked like their normal suits, but whatever. It was fun. I thought it was cool. Thought that set was awesome, guys. And you know, I always thought that the Thing should be bigger, but then I was Loki thinking about it. He's like Loki, just a guy, right? Like, so it kind of makes sense that he's just like guy sized and not like super giant huge. So I kind of respect that they made him just Ben's regular height. You know, they didn't make him like super giant huge like the Hulk. Which at first I thought was weird, and then now I accept it. Also, do you guys like my haircut? I feel like I look like the secret fifth member of the Beatles. What do y'all think? Yeah. And Loki, I mentioned this in my Superman video, so go watch that one, guys, because it was literally awesome and cool and epic. And yeah. But I mentioned the soundtrack in my Superman video. I was like, maybe I'll make a video about the soundtrack of another movie, and this is that movie. So the soundtrack, I like had high hopes, because like when I was like in the theaters and I saw the trailer for freaking Fantastic Four and the freaking soundtrack graced my ears, I was like, this is gonna be literally epic. It's gonna be so good. Like, wow. And then I listened to like in the movie, and it's just like it feels like it's the same thing just over and over and over again. It's like Michael Giacchino like usually does like amazing, beautiful, gorgeous soundtracks. Like he literally did the Batman. Literally best soundtrack in the entire world. It's awesome, which is also a little bit repetitive now that you think about it, but it's like repetitive in an awesome way. And like I love like the choral parts of the Fantastic Four soundtrack, but it's like it low-key just gets boring because it's just over and over and over again. It's like in the same songs, like it's like the same thing in every song. It's like, okay, but whatever. I liked it though, like because like something about it is like when I was like hearing it with the trailer, like it literally gave me chills, brought tears to my eyes. Like this is gonna be like so good, just like the soundtrack alone. And it's fine. It's just fine. Like, I liked it, but it's like, you know, I'm a soundtrack guy, which I still need to make that video about soundtrack, but I'm like low-key super duper busy. Well, I'm about to be super busy because school. By the time I upload this, I probably will have already started school. Yeah. So I probably won't be making a lot of videos, but like low-key, I'm gonna have a lot of free time, I think. So I'll be making videos whatever I want, I guess. And okay, look, I might even make another video today because I have like my mind is cooking up something. I have two video ideas. So one is gonna be just about the Beatles, because like you know I love the Beatles, because I mentioned them in literally every single video. Huh? I'm like super high energy right now, so I'm like talking super fast. It's only been 5 minutes. I feel like I've talked about like everything in the world right now. Oh, make a video about the Beatles because I love them. I mention them in every single one of my videos, and I have a lot to say. Let's say about John and Yoko, and I might be the only person in the world that likes Yoko Ono's music. And so what? Sue me, literally sue me. And also I just have a lot to say, and I want to like rank the song, whatever. I'm gonna make a video about the Beatles, and no one can stop me. But let me know if you'll want that, because usually I do movies, right? And movies are lit and awesome, but so are the Beatles. And also, do you like my South Park shirt? It's Butters. Obviously, I love Butters. He's my favorite character. Oh, and then I want to make another, like, miscellaneous video about me just talking about a bunch of random DC things that I really want to talk about, because I got a lot to say. And I bought, like, one day I spent $50 on comics in, like, one day, and low-key, I haven't read any of them yet, but I will start reading them soon. I've been so busy, guys. I've been so busy doing a lot of things. And yeah. Okay, another thing I have to say is like low-key about Galactus being like the first villain. I just feel like Galactus is like a super hard hitting guy. Like he literally like destroyer of worlds. Like he literally eats entire planets, and like that's the first guy you guys face. But I'm kind of glad that they just like jumped into the Fantastic Four and not being like another origin story, because I don't know, that's just boring, right? Like I'm glad like they like briefly skimmed over and then like went over their successes, and then like this is their now, like they are the protectors of the world, and this is the task that they have to face, which is kind of cool. But also Galactus was just like, that's like low-key crazy choice, because he's just like super gonna kill you, right? And my friend mentioned that he was like, he thought it was kind of lame that Galactus never even like really put up a fight, like didn't throw a punch, nothing. He just kind of stood around, which at first I didn't think was an issue, but now that I think about it, it's like it kind of is like super boring that he kind of just walked around and he didn't really do anything. But also I feel like it would be hard to fight if you were that size. Like freaking throwing a punch would like take like 10 minutes just for your fist to move, you know, because he's gigantic. But yeah, I didn't think that it was an issue at first, and now I kind of think it's like just kind of boring. But also my friend also mentioned that like during the fighting scenes, they like the Fantastic Four never work together. Like they're all doing their own thing at different times. It's like I feel like you all would be a lot stronger if you actually like combined forces and worked together to defeat Galactus, instead of just going one by one and all getting taken down. And I low-key thought that's what was gonna happen. I thought they were all gonna like fight him one by one and then come together as a freaking full force and defeat Galactus. That's not what happened. I did like that the Silver Surfer, freaking Shalla was the one to kind of deal the finishing blow, because it was like a character arc for her, you know? That's nice. Low-key, yeah, I guess the fighting scenes were a little bit disappointing, but I don't go into superhero movies looking for fighting scenes, which I know is weird, because like, hey, that's the whole point. Superheroes is for their fighting, but I just like superhero movies. I like their stories, I like their powers, I think that they're interesting stories, and also superheroes are way more than just violence and fighting. It's like also spreading a message of like love and peace and happiness and prosperity, and going against the man to make society better. Typically that's the message of most superhero movies, or comics rather. The movies are kind of, I feel like the messages have been toned down a little bit because freaking hashtag society, but whatever. Yeah. Also, I feel like Reed Richards was kind of like dumb in this movie. Like, I don't know, smartest man in the world, and that's what it is. Like, I don't know, I just feel like he didn't like use his intelligence to the right degree. Like, they just talked about him being smart and they didn't really do anything. But what I did like, I super duper liked this. I liked when he was talking to Franklin and he was like looking at you, the more I don't know, the more scared I am, which I like that a lot, because like literally he's the smartest man in the world, right? But he's not smart when it comes to parenthood and being a parent and having a child. And it's like, wow, that's really cool to see that, like, you know, he's learning, you know. I don't know, it's just kind of cool to be like, man, like I'm the smartest person in the world, but I don't know how to raise a kid, because that's like hashtag facts, like that's true. I'm sure every parent feels that way. And I think that was probably relatable to parents. I'm not a parent, obviously, so I don't know, but I thought that was a cool touch. I thought it was super interesting, because, like, imagine, so, like, during the scene where he's like, are we safe? I don't know. It's like, imagine you're in that crowd right now, and you're talking to the smartest man in the world, right? And he goes, I don't know. Hello, we're screwed, by the way, because, yeah. But also, I think, I don't remember who said this, one of my friends, someone said this, but, the real villain of the movie wasn't really Galactus, it was time, because Reed Richards could have figured out a better plan if he had the time, but he was really running against the clock, and rather against like just Galactus, you know. He was like being tag teamed by time and Galactus coming together to freaking destroy the Earth. But look, his plan like was kind of dialed in, like he was there. Also, it's crazy that the entire world comes together. Like, I feel like that wouldn't happen IRL. Even if the world was going to end, people would just be, whatever, man. Which is crazy. Yeah. I thought that was interesting. Yeah, he felt kind of dumb in a way. Or I just feel like, but I don't know. It's also hard to, kind of portray how intelligent he is. And also, he can only be as smart as his writers, you know, type of thing. So it's like, whatever. I still liked him. He was still, I thought, the CGI for his, like, stretching was a lot better than in some other films. the last Fantastic Four. We don't talk about it. It looked better. This whole movie looked better. The costumes. I'm sorry, I'm just getting on that. In the set. Yeah. And you know, I like that. It's just so, like, I'm retro. You know that. I'm a retro girl. Or you might not know that. So, whatever. Low-key, I felt like Sue Storm kind of took up the scene. You know, she stole the show. And, which is okay. Of course. I thought that was interesting. I kind of didn't really expect her to be, like, the main driving force of everything. But it was nice to see. Because I feel like it's usually pretty Reed-centered, you know? And I feel like we didn't get enough Ben. That's another point that I was going to talk about. Is Ben's weird little, like, love thing with, I don't remember her character's name. Or the actress. Anyways, his little love interest, like, that, like, low-key didn't go anywhere at all. It's like, hello? Like, what did we introduce this for? Because nothing happens from it. It's like, guys? And I feel like I don't know what they were doing with that. It would have been cool to, like, see more. But whatever. And then Johnny, I liked him. I'm, like, low-key not really Joseph Quinn fan. I liked him as Eddie Munson. And then people were super duper freaky about him, so I was like, never mind, I don't like him at all. And then he was in a bunch of other things after that. I was like, okay, he's not bad. And then I liked him as Johnny, although bleached hair doesn't look great on him. But, like, I low-key hate him because they casted him to be George Harrison in the Beatles biopics. It's like, really? Really? Like, and don't even play with me because on what planet did they look alike? And, like, I know all the budget towards this, like, these films are going to be towards prosthetic makeup because none of them look like anything like any of the Beatles. So, yeah, all the money's going to prosthetics, so you actually make them look like the Beatles. And if you don't, I'm going to... Can I say that on YouTube? And don't even get me started. And I know, sorry, literally all my videos end up tangents about the Beatles, but, like, what do you want from me? Sorry, I'm talking about the greatest band ever to ever exist. Sorry. And I look like I'm one of them, too. What do y'all think? Y'all think I could be Paul McCartney? Hey, I'm Paul. Wow. I slept with John a lot. That's a real quote, by the way. What am I talking about? Oh, I liked, Johnny's little thing with Shala Ball. That was cute. I like that he learned her language for her. It's really cute, and that reminds me of something else, but I'm going to talk about that in my DC video, because I have a lot to say, and I can't say it here. Y'all aren't ready to hear it, and y'all aren't ready. I'm going to just tell you that. I low-key might film it right after this, though, because I have a lot to say. And y'all aren't ready for it. Okay, so low-key, like, I think this is going to be a short video, because I feel like I'm going through everything really quickly, and I'm also talking, like, super fast. And y'all don't even need to put this video in 2x speed, because I am talking in 2x speed. Also, my foot's really itchy. What was I saying? Oh, the end credit scene from Thunderbolts is interesting, because I wonder how, like, so, the end credit scene from Thunderbolts is, like, the Fantastic Four ship going to that dimension, right? That universe, whatever, right? And I think it's interesting, because, like, what has happened between the end of Fantastic Four and then to the end credit scene in, Thunderbolts. And I'm sure they'll cover that or whatever in, like, Doomsday or whatever the next movie is or whatever. How long is Doomsday going to be, by the way? Because if it's, like, literally 1 million different people from all over the multiverse coming together to fight Doctor Doom, it's like, hello? There's going to be a lot of... Well, also, I feel like there's not going to be a lot of introductions because we're bringing back characters that we already know. Like, tell me why we're bringing back Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler, which I love. I love his Nightcrawler. He's beautiful, gorgeous, amazing. I love Nightcrawler. He's probably my favorite Marvel character. But... like, I don't know, I feel like we're just I feel like it's, like, low-key just a cameo fest as to be, like, the last shebang for this Marvel before we reboot the whole thing. Which, I mean, I'm not complaining, I guess, but it just seems a little weird. Like, I feel like that's the whole reason we also casted Robert Downey Jr. is just like, oh, hey, by the way, you know this face. And now that's it. Now we're restarting everything. Weird. But I'm just curious about what happened in the Fantastic Four universe that made them travel to the Thunderbolts. Like, the main Earth or whatever, you know? But I guess we'll find out. Let me know if y'all know already. I don't know. Also, the end credit scenes for Fantastic Four. The first one was fine, I guess. Like, I don't know. Wow. Well, I guess it's like Doctor Doom, like, low-key kidnapped Franklin? Is that the vibe that we're getting? Or that like, he was just like there? And I'm assuming that Doctor Doom originates on the Fantastic Four's Earth. I don't know. I don't remember what Earth that one is. Y'all let me know. And then, because I know it's not the main Earth, and I don't remember what that one is called either. Sorry, guys. I don't care that much about the multiverse stuff. Like, whatever. Get out my face. But I'm assuming, because Doctor Doom has, like, always been the Fantastic Four's, like, main villain, so I'm assuming that's the Earth that he originates from. And so now I'm also curious, how did he get to the other Earth? Multiverse stuff. Think about it. I guess we'll find out, but it's like, when even is it coming out in 2027 or 2026? Y'all let me know. I'm not like super, I feel kind of stupid because I'm not like super up to date with all the new Marvel stuff, because I've been on my DC era. Well, I've always been in my DC era. I've literally been obsessed with Batman since I was 3 years old. So like 15 years, guys. And that's crazy, actually. That's crazy. I've literally spent like all of my life being obsessed with Batman. And that's okay. That's how it should be for everyone, actually. So, like, I'm super caught up on, like, DC stuff. Ish. I'm not, like, super smart on it, but, like, I know things. I know my way around the block. But, like, for all this Marvel stuff, I don't know anything past, like, Endgame. And I haven't watched any of the shows, because I'm not gonna watch a TV show. Like, get out of my face. The only TV show I'm ever gonna watch is Gotham. Like, sorry. And because I like Batman. And what? What are you gonna do? But, like, none of these Marvel shows are interesting. Like, I watched the first couple of episodes of Loki, and I just never got into it. And I watched, like, the first couple episodes of Moon Knight, and, like, I like them, but it's just, I can't sit down and watch these shows. Like, I don't have it in me. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just, like, too freaking brain rotted, too TikTok core or whatever. But, like, I just can't sit down and watch the whole show. Well, but Peacemaker. I watched all of Peacemaker, but we're not talking about DC yet. Or we shouldn't be talking about it at all. What am I talking about? Okay. I'm actually very interested in Doomsday. I think it's going to be interesting. Last hurrah, you know? But I just feel like it's going to be like a 3-hour movie at the least. Because, like, there's so many things that we're bringing into it. And it's like, or we're not even going to answer the questions that I have. Like, how did these people get onto this Earth? And, like, whatever. Like, I mean, I'm sure Reed Richards is smart enough to build multiverse travel. Like, I don't doubt that at all. But it's like, you know, the cause of it, like, what happened, did Doctor Doom destroy their Earth and they're going over? It's like, what's happening, you know? And also, what is Doctor Doom's thing with Franklin, you know? Because Galactus had a thing with Franklin. Maybe they're working together. Like, I wonder if any of these questions are going to be answered. And also, the Thunderbolts is kind of, like, interesting. I don't know. That's interesting. I feel like they're not, like, a super duper powerful group of people. Is that okay to say? Like, the new Avengers, I don't think they're super, like, the original Avengers literally had a god on their team. Like, guys. And now we just have a couple of old super soldiers and an assassin. And some guy. The Void. Oh. Bob. Wow. And I loved him. Can we talk about that? Talk about how I literally loved him. Can we talk about how I saw the Thunderbolts twice in theaters, like, back to back? Like, one day and the next day I went and saw it with a different friend, you know? And it was good. I actually like Thunderbolts, like, a decent amount. But I just feel like they're not a super powerful team. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't think that they can ever face, like, a world-ending threat like that. I don't think that's above their pay grade, if you will. Maybe that's why they need the Fantastic Four and literally every other single superhero to ever exist on film for Marvel. They're apparently all going to this Earth and then fighting Doctor Doom, who is played by Robert Downey Jr. Like, hello? And that pisses me off a little bit. Because, like, why can't we just cast someone else? Like, it's just so annoying. Oh, wait, okay. But, guys, I'm talking about Marvel prospects, okay? Literally the new Spider-Man. I was about to say Superman. You know what I'm thinking about all the time. The new Spider-Man, I was seeing the behind the scenes kind of filmy stuff, and, like, it looks so good already. I'm like, but every Spider-Man movie is good, and every Spider-Man movie is good, by the way. And I don't care what anyone else has to say. And Tobey Maguire is my favorite Spider-Man. Is that okay to say? Like, what do y'all think? Some of y'all new gens probably only like Tom Holland. And then Andrew Garfield is like, oh, it's Andrew Garfield, obviously. Like, obviously he's an amazing Spider-Man. I just like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, sorry. But I do like Gwen Stacy in Andrew Garfield's over MJ, you know? All Spider-Mans are good in their own way. Let's talk about that. But yeah, that new Spider-Man looks good. That's probably like... And then they're rebooting it too, so are we making more Spider-Mans after this? Which is like, okay, no one's gonna complain about more Spider-Man movies. But also, it seems like we already have 9. So, you know. But like, low-key... It's one of those things, like, no one's, like, tired of having Batman movies. Like, unless you are, which you're a crazy person if you are. But, like, no one's tired of Batman movies. So, let's keep making Batman movies. Same with Spider-Man, which I actually think for Batman anyways, well, I'm not going to talk about that, never mind. I'll talk about it in my other video. But, like, for Spider-Man, I'm not super, familiar with the comics. I have a friend who is, so I could probably just ask him. But I think there are probably several storylines that you can dive into with him to keep making more movies. And let's take a book from DC's a page from DC's book. There we go. And stop making like origin stories. Let's just dive right in. Which that's what they did with Fantastic Four, which was nice. They just like jumped right in. So yeah, that's good because like we already know. Well, I feel like Fantastic Four is not, like, super popular. Well, I guess I don't really know. I don't know what's popular with kids these days. But I never thought it was super popular. I liked it, of course, but I like the original ones. I actually don't even think I've ever seen the one with Miles Teller. Like, I don't think I've seen it at all. And that's probably for the best, because freaking say that again, or whatever. But, like, I feel like that's when it got popular, is when that meme or whatever. But, like, I don't think Fantastic Four have been very popular otherwise. Oh, well. My feet are getting numb. Weird. And, okay. And now, y'all need to quiet up and listen down, because this is where we're gonna get serious, alright? Which, I can't get too in-depth, but y'all wait for my next video, because that's where I'm gonna get crazy. But tell me how. I'm sitting in the theater when I see it for the second time, right? I'm sitting here, I'm like, wow. I'm learning more the second time I watch it. And then, ding, light bulb, right? So halfway through the movie, I'm like, I am in love with Plastic Man. Huh? Where did that come from? Because, if y'all don't know, Plastic Man is like DC's equivalent to Mr. Fantastic in a way, which we'll talk about later. But it's like, not even related, by the way. Like, I'm sitting there, Franklin's being born or whatever, I'm like, I'm in love with Plastic Man. Hello? Where did that come from? And then why did I be like, wait, I actually am in love with him and I want him so bad and he's literally the coolest freaking superhero ever in the whole world? What? Because how did Fantastic Four do that to me? And like, I didn't even like really know who Plastic Man was before I had that thought. Like, I've read the name before. I've never been like super, I don't watch the TV shows, which I know he's in. Like one of the Batman Beyond or whatever, something like that. Which I'm gonna watch eventually because I love Plastic Man. And I need more content. But, like, tell me how, like, a name that I've maybe read twice immediately pop in my mind. I'm like, I love him. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? And, yeah. And literally, except, he's, like, not exactly, like, the DC version of Mr. Fantastic, because Reed Richards, obviously, like, the smartest man alive, right? And he's, like, super dope and chill, like, smart style, right? And Plastic Man is an idiot. And he's also, like, way more powerful than Mr. Fantastic. He's, like, low-key, like, the most powerful, like, ever in the entire world. And he's cool and awesome. And, but he's dumb, low-key. He's not dumb. He's just cute. Like, stop. So they're not, like, and also, like, he can do so much more with his powers. Like, he can, like, stretch into, like, literally any shape imaginable. Like, any form. And I thought that Mr. Fantastic can do that. And I'm sure he can, but, like, they don't show him ever doing anything other than, like, stretching. Like, they don't show him, like, being dope. Besides, in the Lego games, they show him doing things. But, like, in movies, they don't show him doing nothing. Which makes sense, because that seems, like, super duper hard to do. But, hit me up if y'all want a Plastic Man movie. When I'm in the industry, when I make it big in the industry, I'm making a Plastic Man movie. And y'all are gonna love it. I love Plastic Man. So, that's how the Fantastic Four made me feel. It made me be like, wow, I'm in love with Plastic Man. Crazy. Literally crazy. I mean, it makes, like, a little bit of sense. But, like, it was, like, for the rest of the movie, all I could think about was Plastic Man. And it's like, why? Why? When I barely knew this name an hour ago, and now it's all that I can think of. And tell me how, as soon as I got home, I bought the show from 1979. I bought the Plastic Man show. That's super low-key unfunny and, like, a little racist, I think. But it's Plastic Man, and I just love him, guys. Can we talk about that? Well, we are talking about that, and we will talk about that in my next video, which I might film right after this, so. But yeah, that's how Fantastic Four made me feel. Liked the set, liked the costumes, thought the story was interesting. It kind of just made me anticipate Doomsday more, which I think was the point, of course. The movie itself wasn't, like, too hype. The soundtrack was mid. Michael Giacchino, low-key, might be his worst soundtrack. Which, okay, that's not saying a lot, because, like, it's a really good It's just not as good as his other ones. It just didn't, like, make me feel anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, a soundtrack really makes me need to freaking feel it in my heart. And during the trailers, it did make me feel a lot. And, like, during, like, the opening scene, I feel it. Like, low-key, I'm gonna start crying. Like, that's how good it was. Just for the opening scene. But then after that, it gets so repetitive because it's, like, the same thing over and over again throughout the entire 2-hour movie. But, like, when, like, during that opening scene, y'all just, like, rewatch the opening scene, ears open for the soundtrack. Yeah. Chills. Literal chills. It's so good. That's my take. I know this is a super late video, but, I've been doing things. I've been out on the town type shit. Like, I've been doing stuff. And I've been, like, well, because I'm going to college. So I've been packing up my stuff. And that takes a lot of time, guys. And I've been reading. And I've been diving deep into the world of DC. You know, so I haven't had time for Fantastic Four video. And I've been lazy. Can I be honest? I'm just lazy. But, yeah. So let me know if y'all interested in anything else, because I'm gonna have time to watch movies all the time. I love movies. Let me know. And I will be making that video about DC, because... And I will be making that video about the Beatles, hello? Because... Lord. And you don't even know. Don't even get me started. But yeah. Hashtag Fantastic Four. Hashtag like a boss.